So what we need to, I hope that you guys can see my screen, right? So here, what we will learn is about the concept of mathematics, simple mathematics concepts. Like we will do addition, we will do subtraction, multiplication, and division. We have already done these things before, and today we are just going to revise them. And after that, we are going to work on if then statements. If then statements are also called selection structures. So first we will learn about, we will just revise the concepts of these mathematical processes. And after that, we will learn about the selection structure that can help us to decide that what to do if a condition is true and what to do if a condition is false. If then statement, and then we have it as if then else statement. There are two types of statement in that, but today we will only focus on if then. In tomorrow's class, we will learn about if then else statement. Okay. So let's say that we are, sorry, working in maths. So today what we are going to do is we are going to write a Python program. So we are not going to write it here, but we will create a new file first. In the last few lessons, we were just writing our code here in the idle shell and directly trying to execute it to see how it works line by line. But today we are going to create a new file and we will understand that how can we write a program in the form of a new file that we can use to understand how that we can use to understand how the programs are written in Python. Okay. So see this. First, click on file and then click on new file. So once you have opened a new file, the first thing that you do after opening a new file, see again, how do you open a file and how do you save it? First thing that you need to do, file and then new file. After that, this new window has opened and you can see that it is named as untitled. Untitled means that you have not given it a title or you have not saved it yet. So let's save it first. We will go to file and you will click on save. So once you are saving it, you need to save it using a particular name. So we will say mathematics, mathematics calculations. I'm just going to name it like that. And then we have to save it somewhere safe. So let's say that we save it in documents. So all we need to do in this file is that we are making today, we will write code to take two numbers. I will also tell you what is the concept of comments in Python and how do you write comments in Python. So first thing, we write the comments and after that we are going to write the mathematical part, or you can say the language part of that. So every time you type this character, see what is this character? This is a hashtag symbol, hashtag symbol. Okay. Or this is also called a sharp symbol, but we generally call it hash. So with hash, everything that you will write, and you can see this thing written in red color. It's basically uh, not a part of the program. Okay, it does not run. Everything that you will start writing with hashtag, you can write anything with the hashtag and it will not run in the program. Okay. So when you write in a hashtag, the Python language understands that this part is not supposed to be treated as the program commands. It is supposed to be treated as comments. Comments are only there to explain about the program and they are not a part of the program which will run or which will be a part of the execution of the program. It's these are only there so that you can explain about your program, what you are doing and how you are doing it. So from this lesson onwards, every time we will write the program, we will write comments for the steps that we are doing in it. Okay, so like first step I'm going to do is I am explaining what I'm doing. Okay, I'm saying that I need to take two numbers from the user. So here we are going to take two numbers from the user. And how do we take two numbers from the user? And we know that um,
Input command.
you are going to use input command and we have to declare variables first. Take two numbers from the users, num1 and num2. So we are going to have these two numbers that we are going to take from the user. The process we will follow is simple. We will write num1 equals, as we are supposed to take numbers, so we will write int or float. It's better that we write float today. So num1 is equals to float, and then you have to take obviously input. And for the input, this number needs to go on screen. The number is the comment the prompt that will show on screen. Okay. It says the trailing new line is script. It says that read a string from standard input. So it says prompt. Prompt is something that will show on your screen when this command will run. So let's say when you are entering the first number, what do you want to see on the screen? So let's say I want to see enter the first number. Okay. It is always a good practice to have a space after you have completed your prompt. Like I have completed my prompt here and I use a space. So it looks good when it is running. Also, you can use symbols like this also if you want to make it look more better on screen. It's up to you that how do you want to do it. But I personally feel that having a space after the prompt is a good thing. It is a good practice. I'm not saying that it is necessary to do, but it is just a good practice. And now after you have completed this code, what we want is we want again the same thing. We want the same thing to be executed, but now for the second number. And the second number's name, as I have mentioned above, is num2, would be num2. So I will make it num2. And then I will say that it's not the first number, it would be the second number. So this way I have completed the part that I have mentioned above. So now this will help me take two numbers from the user. The numbers would be num1 and num2. Now I will store the values of sum, difference, product, and division of these numbers in variables. So we are going to have now more variables. So one variable we are going to call sum. As you can see that sum is a keyword listed already, so we can't use sum. We can use add. And in add, we are going to say that add is equal to num1 plus num2. So what this line will do is this line will add number 1 and number 2 together and save the variable's value to add variable. So it will add num1 and num2 and save the results in this value, which is in this variable which says add. Okay. Now we are going to do the same thing with the difference also. Diff. diff diff. I'm using the name of the variable for that. And that is going to be num1 minus num2. Similarly, we are going to go with the variable product, and product we will program as num1 multiplied by num2. And then we are going to go with the program div, and that we are going to call as num1 divided by num2. So you have used 4 variables here. And the last part would be show the results on screen using print commands. So in order to show the print commands on screen, or in order to show the results on the screen, we will be using print commands. It says print. The sum of these numbers is add the difference of these numbers is diff the product of these numbers. So which of these variables represents the product?
Prod.
Prod. The prod will get me the answers which are multiplying those numbers together. And the last one is the division of these numbers is div. Okay, after writing these programs, after writing these all these lines, I will save my program. So in order to save the program, what you need to do is click on save, or you can press Ctrl and S on your keyboard to save it. After you have saved it for the first time, after that, all you need to do is press Ctrl and S, and it will save itself automatically. So now we will run this program and we'll see that how it reacts. So we'll go to run over here and click on run module. So once we will run module, and if we have not made any mistake, the program would start running. Okay. So once it starts running, you are just going to follow the instructions, what it says. You need to write your program in a way that it also explains what it is doing. Okay. So you're going to enter the first number. The first number, let's say, is 8745. And the second number, let's say, is 25. Okay, so now you will just press enter and it will give you 4 results. It will give you the result after adding these numbers. It will give you the result after subtracting these numbers, multiplying these numbers, and dividing these numbers. See, it has given us 4 answers. So the first answer is 8770, which is by adding these numbers, we will get 8770. After that is the difference of these numbers is 8720. Okay, so 8745 minus 25 would be this number. That's perfectly fine. And after that, it has given us this result also, these 2 results. It's product of these numbers and the division of these numbers. Okay. So now let's close this program and this one also. Let me show you where it is and how you can open it from the directory also. We'll go to Windows Explorer and figure out where your program was. You need to understand where you saved it. Okay, I know where I saved it. You should also know where you saved your program. I have saved mine in documents so that I can see it here. Now see when I double click it, it opens and runs like a program. Okay. Now it is running like a program. It says enter the first number. I will enter the first number. It says enter the second number. I will enter the second number and it will run and close. It is running and it's closing. So how can I make sure that it does not close quickly like that? That would be the open part. Now it says edit with idle. So when I open it to edit with idle, you can see what program have I hit. Now let's see that we write a line here. Let's close it once again. Let's run it once again. Enter the first number, enter the second number. See now it runs here also and it stops. And then it asks me press any key to exit the program. I'll press any key and it will exit the program. Just for you to see how it works. You can complete this code and let me know and I will tell you about the logics, the conditions that we need to check or the selection that we need to make. Now, so once you have completed the program, do let me know and we will start another thing in that. And that is that how can we decide what option should we do? What calculation should we do? Zayan, done? Wajiha?
Not yet.
Not yet. Malik?
Almost.
Almost. Okay. अच्छा मैं आ रहा हूँ।